For Matt and I, the last few weeks have been busy ones. From early morning runs to Woody the pudding walks, slotted in before the day gets too hot during the ongoing British heatwave. That meant one evening having Woody for a sleepover, which was a lot of fun, but did involve a deep house clean the following day to get rid of the Woody hairballs. We spent a lovely day at Rousham House and Gardens, and enjoyed our first ever Greggs during an afternoon in Witney. Another first was a look inside Witney's beautiful church. I took my big camera over to the lake at Blenheim Palace in my hopes of getting a photograph good enough to enter the Bird Photographer of the Year competition. And whilst there, we both took the opportunity just to sit for a moment. Another first for us in Witney was a visit to the local museum. And we finally got around to making over our coffee table, transforming it from a battered wooden trunk into a stylish piece of furniture. So this week, we've decided we're going to slow down, just a bit. There's nothing in the diary, so we're going to spend the week at home, catching up with work and doing a few little jobs around the house and garden.
So you probably already know from things I've said before in these vlogs and little shorts that I've done in the past that I really love to make lists. I just find that lists help to keep me on track. I don't have to hold anything in my mind, I can just empty it all onto one big list. And also you get a wonderful feeling when you do actually tick something from your list. So a few weeks ago, I went around the entire house and I made a list, just wrote it down, a list of everything that needed doing in every room. And then I typed it all up and I've put it onto one big list. So it's about 12 pages actually, and I've called it Julie and Matt's Great Big List of Things to Do Around the House. So I just want to show you the list and show you how I break down each individual room.
So I've basically done it so that there's a page per room. So this is the kitchen and then the craft room, and that's the reason why I'm actually filming this bit in here, because the craft room is absolutely the worst room, and this has actually got, I think, 3 pages. No, just 2 pages, but as you can see, they're pretty full. So how I actually do it is break it down as much as possible. And I think that's better than just saying there's a cupboard to be sorted, because you could go in there and you could sort a good portion of it, say like sort a top shelf or something, but you haven't actually completed that task until you've sorted all of it. So, you know, the more you can break it down, the better. And I'll show you that here. So I've even got here bookcase, sort top shelf, second shelf, third shelf, fourth shelf, top shelf in cupboard, bottom shelf in cupboard, sort books for sale, sort books for charity donation. So I've really broken it down. So if I've only got like a spare 5 minutes, I can just come in and sort one shelf of the bookcase, and then I get to tick something from my list. And I've basically done that for the whole house. So broken it down into drawers, cupboards. If it's a large cupboard, I've done sort of top shelf and bottom shelf. And like I say, my craft room is the worst room just because there are so many shelves and cupboards and drawer units and things like that. And some of these jobs might take half an hour, some might take an hour, but some might also just take 5 minutes. So then you've got the option then, if you've only got sort of 5 or 10 minutes spare in the day, then you can come onto your list and just pick something that is just going to take you a short amount of time. Now, I know lists aren't for everybody.
And Matt does actually laugh at me because he says, well, by the time you've been around the house, written down what needs doing, typed it up, printed it all out, you could have actually got quite a lot of sorting done. And that is actually true, but I know from experience that a list really does help me to get things done and keep me on track. And it stops it as well from feeling so sort of overwhelming, I think. You know, if you know that it's just little bits here and there and you can spend 5 or 10 minutes, you know, a few times a week, and you are going to get through it, then it stops it, like I say, from being so overwhelming and just feeling like one giant task. Instead, it just feels like lots of little tasks. And I like to organise things this way. But like I say, I know lists aren't for everybody. Some people see lists as things that they haven't got done. You know, if they write a to-do list in their diary and then the next day they've got to carry a lot of things over, that can make you feel like you failed on that day because you didn't get it all done. But I sort of see it in the opposite way. You're using the list to help you get things done. And if something isn't done, you know it's still to be done and you can do it when you've got the time. So I think lists should be enjoyable. And I've spoken as well here on the channel about perhaps doing some individual episodes about the lists that I keep. So I might do that as well. Do let me know in the comments if that is something you would be interested in watching. But for now, as I'm in my craft room and I've got 2 pages worth of tasks to get through, I'm going to sort of spend 10 minutes just sorting out a drawer or 2, and I thought you might like to do that with me.
So a really quick job today is going to be sorting this bottom shelf. So I actually did the top and middle shelf on Saturday, which again were just 5-minute jobs, less than that really, because I just wanted to sort out my camera case, charge the old batteries that had run down while I was out at Blenheim. So I did that. So everything in that case now is things that I use with my Canon, with my big camera, my Nikon camera. This sort of second shelf here is my binoculars, and then in here I've got my green screen. This is my little photographic sort of studio with the lights on that I use for photographing miniatures, and they're the sort of backgrounds to go with it. I've got my neck attachment there, the lights from my tripod, my little solar spinner, and then this large I don't actually know what it's called, but you put it on the end of the lens on your camera and that can stop the sunlight from getting in. I don't actually use that a lot, and I don't have that in my bag because it is quite big and bulky, so I don't normally take that out with me. So that's all sort of camera equipment, filming equipment in there. So that's on that second shelf, pop that back there. So then on this bottom shelf here, I've got this old camera case, which I no longer use, but that is actually still in really good condition. It's a bit dusty, so I'll need to give that a bit of a wipe with a damp cloth, but I thought then I might see if I can sell that on eBay. And then here as well, mine and Matt's old Canon cameras. So what I'm going to do is go through these boxes and again see if perhaps I can sell those on eBay as spares or repairs, because obviously they're broken. But also in these boxes there are some cables and things which I just want to double check with Matt if we do actually need to keep them. So we actually both had one of these Canon Ixus cameras and they're actually really good. And you might remember, if you're one of my LBs or know me from my Doll's House channel, that I used to have that purple one, and eventually it just stuck open. I couldn't get the lens to go back in, but otherwise it was a really lovely little camera and really quite good. And I think the same happened with this. I'm not sure if it's even got a battery in now, but I think it actually stopped focusing in the end. But they were really nice little cameras. Used to enjoy using those. Although it is so much easier now using my phone to record everything on, because then I can also edit on the phone. With this, I used to have to then download it to the computer and then actually sit at the computer and edit. So it's just so much easier on my phone now. I can edit, you know, wherever I am really. And so much easier as well to edit as I'm going along, which makes it a lot easier when I'm filming for my Doll's House projects. So that's the camera with the case. And then there's the charger, that's the battery charger, so that's pretty complete. The little disc, which you would then download onto your computer. Empty bag. And another cable. And this is where I always need Matt's help, because all sort of cables are just a mystery to me. I never know what they plug into or anything like that. So that's like one of those 2-pin, and a 2-pin plug as well. I don't even know what that would have been to. So I'll ask Matt to have a look at that. I'm not sure if it's part of this camera or whether we've just put it in there. And then this other box here, when I've looked at it, isn't actually a camera box. It's a walkie-talkie box. And we've got these walkie-talkies so that when Matt's down, you know, in his workshop, if I needed to call him or vice versa, then we can use them. But we used them probably for the first couple of weeks or so. It was quite good fun, and then we've not really touched them since. So I think all of this is part of that pack. And they're out there under the computer, just sort of constantly or permanently plugged into the charging sockets. Yeah, and then just all these little manuals. So one of those is probably to the camera. So I'd need to put that with it to sell it. So yeah, so I'll sort through these. I'd like to be able to sell that. You know, I do like giving things to charity, but I think when it's something like that I could probably make a few bob on, then I'll list it on eBay. And my sort of theory is always list something on eBay, and if it just sort of hangs around and doesn't sell for, you know, a few weeks or a month or so, then I can donate it to charity, and that's the sort of system that I use. But with things like books, I think there are so many hundreds of thousands of books on eBay. I'm just very happy to give them to the charity shop. And we've got a lovely little Save the Children charity shop in the town, which we like donating to, so quite happy to give those away. Okay, so let me see if Matt's got a minute to have a look at these cables.
It's just a European, but you get a European.
And that would have come with this?
Yeah, probably, or yeah, it would. It's that look, it's that goes in there. It's like a kettle lead.
Oh, okay.
That's the European version.
And that
so if you go abroad, I think you can use that.
That goes with it, doesn't it?
Yeah, so that's that and that. That's just the charger, isn't it?
Yeah, and then...
Well, this is the walkie-talkies, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's just the headset, so we need to keep them.
Okay.
So if you wanted to wear it in the garden and not let everybody hear what you're saying, you can use a headset.
Right, okay.
And it's got a little mic on it as well, and then they're just the clips that clip onto the back of the
yeah,
things to clip on, you know, so you can
right,
clip
so
on your belt.
okay, so
This is
keep
all that's all
those.
the walkie-talkie stuff.
So Matt has taken out any cables that we needed to keep or that were for other things in the house. So I've now got a selection here of 3 phones with 3 cases, batteries for all of it, memory cards for all of it. So I'll probably put this as one big job lot on eBay and see if that sells or what that goes for. Quite excited really. And then I've got the case there as well, which I'll clean up and I'll put that on as well. And whilst I've been doing this, Matt has also been busy with a few jobs around the house. So he removed the screws from the top of the door in the living room, and we used those screws originally to hold a net curtain rail, really, which we used to put the door curtain on, but it wasn't ever really strong enough, so it didn't really hold properly at the top. But what we're going to do this year is actually put a proper curtain rail up above the door, because we do get quite a lot of drafts in this house. And I actually ordered a second set of the curtains that we've got in the living room, so I'll have one inside the living room door there and then one at the front door, and that should keep a lot of those drafts out. And then the other little jobs he did in here was to fill some nail holes above there, which I don't think you can see on camera, but he's filled those and obviously filled the holes in the top of the door here. And then also when we fitted up the ceiling rows, the nail holes originally weren't showing, but over time they've actually sunk in. So there were a couple of holes showing in the rows where it's actually screwed to the ceiling. Pointed in the wrong place there. So he's also filled those. So what he'll do tomorrow then is sand those and then touch up the paint. And I think he also spotted somewhere on the ceiling an unpainted patch, which he'll paint tomorrow as well, but I don't know where that is. I couldn't see it myself, so I'm sure he knows where that is. Is that it there? Anyway, so that'll be another little job for tomorrow. But that's quite a few things ticked off the list again today. So Matt also got a few jobs done out in the garden today as well. And he started by trimming the quince, which is growing over the dining room window, actually blocking quite a bit of light. So he trimmed all of that back, and that's looking a lot better now. Matt also did a bit of general tidying up out in the garden, a bit of sweeping up, also swept up the fallen apples from underneath the apple tree at the bottom of the garden, and also brushed away the cobwebs on the side of the garage, brushed out all of the fallen leaves and things, and he deadheaded the roses as well.
Oh,
Careful of the thorns.
thank you.
It's big, isn't it?
They're looking really nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
I've been out earlier. There is a smell.
There is a very nice,
Very light,
faint
but
smell, yeah.
lovely.
Or scent, yeah. Right, so I just thought I'd show you how I make my little iced coffees. This is our little Dolce Gusto machine. It's made by Nescafe. It's got a hot side and a cold side. So I'll be using the cold side. You just move the switch to the left. I use a little bit of Volpro Barista oat milk. Give it a nice creamy flavour. So I'll pop that in there first. And I put the pod in the machine on the cold one. And then pour that into the smoothie maker pot. Add 3 ice cubes. Give that a little whiz just to break up the ice. Pour that back in your glass. Then we add a little bit of cream. You can also finish with a few chocolate sprinkles, if you like. Cheers.
Delicious.
Delicious.
So I'm in my craft room again, and I'm actually working on another job that has been on our to-do list for quite a while, and that is to frame some of my nature photographs to hang in the entrance hall. Now I think it was in the last vlog episode I showed you the photos that I'd chosen, and then I had to wait for the paper to arrive. So I already had the 4x6 paper, and actually I got that free. I got a couple of packs free with cartridges at some time and another, and that's been in my drawer for a while. But I did need to order the 5x7 photo paper, and then I had to wait for it. For some reason it didn't turn up the next day, as you know, the computer had said, ordered it on Amazon. And then when I checked again a couple of days later to see where it was, it actually had a delivery date of the 31st of December 21.99. And I thought, well, I probably won't be around by then. I mean, I'll give it a good go, you know, but realistically, I probably won't be here then. So I didn't want to wait that long. So I actually cancelled that order, and I did actually find out on Google that when they discover that they haven't actually got a product in stock, they just put this sort of date on it hundreds of years in the future, just to sort of cancel the order really. So I cancelled that, reordered. Long story short, I now have the 5x7 paper. But another thing that I've actually done wrong is actually getting the size of the frame wrong. Now, I was sure that I bought 4x6 and 5x7, but as you can see there, these are actually 8x6, so they're larger than I thought. So when I actually came to fit the 5x7 photo, I've got too much of a border around the outside edge. But let me show you what I've done. Okay, so all of my printed pictures are here. I framed the first one over here, the lovely rhinos, and I think that looks really nice. But what I did to get around that problem of having a too large a frame was actually to make my own surround. Now, I know you can buy these, and they're probably quite cheap as well. I think actually we saw some when we picked these up in the range, the frames, if I remember correctly. But I didn't buy any at the time because I wasn't sure what I needed. But if you've got some nice paper, some art paper, it's very easy to make your own. So you just measure out the measurement on a separate piece of paper and then draw around it onto your second piece of paper and cut out the centre to make your own border. And this is a really nice sort of ivory coloured art paper, so I think that looks really nice. So the actual printing as well of the photographs, I was going to film it, but because I was sort of trying to work it out myself, it was all a little bit bitty, so I just printed them off. But I did just want to say that it's worth sort of having a play around to make sure that your photo is framed correctly. Now, another thing that I found, where I've resized my images to make them look better as a photo. So with this one, for example, I've got obviously the deer in the centre, but then the rest of it was just the bush. And obviously I want to focus more on the deer. So I'd actually trimmed that into a square and resaved it and saved it as that size. But what I should have done was kept the original. If ever you're sort of planning on printing off your photographs, always keep the original, because then it's much easier to get to fit within the, you know, the actual sort of default photo sizes when you come to print them off. So that's the problem I had. So I jiggled around with these quite a bit. Another tip is to always print them off first in your draft setting or black and white, so that you're not wasting all of your coloured ink. And then where I've got these white lines along the top and bottom, although it's a borderless print, I shrunk it so that it did actually fit in the frame. And if you look at the back of the frame, this is the 4x6 bit at the back, not actually the, you know, the bit that you're going to see. So not actually the opening, it's the bit at the back that you insert the photo into. And then even when I try to put this is 4x6 exactly. As you can see, it's just a little bit big. So I am going to have to still trim them. But I knew I was able to leave that border at the top and bottom because I knew then that I had that ridge around the outside edge. So really, it's, if you're doing this, always sort of, you don't even have to print them off in black and white onto your photo paper. You can just do it onto a piece of your normal printer paper just to get them lined up properly and play around with the settings, and then you know that you're, you know, not going to waste your ink, keep having to print them off correctly. But I'm really pleased with all of these. I think the colouring looks really nice. I mean, look at the butterfly there. It just really stands out. There's just so much detail in there. Okay, so I'm going to get these framed up then.
And then, yeah, really looking forward to hanging them in the hallway. And there are the framed photographs. I'm really pleased with them. Matt did just pop in and have a look as well, and he thinks they look good. But what I think is that I prefer the ones with the border. So with the 4x6s, it would have made the actual photograph too small. So what I think I will do is buy 3 more 5x7 frames and have a mixture, because I really do like the ones with the border, which makes them stand out from the frame. I think, you know, where I've got the green and then the black, it blends in too much. But I am happy with them, having said that. So what I want to do now is actually go and hang them, and Matt is going to give me a hand with that. Okay, 930, so that's 465. Oh. And there are the photographs hung in place. I'm really pleased with how they look, and now we've made a start, we've got plenty of wall to fill. And we were talking about, rather than putting them in a pattern now, next time, now we've sort of got that base there, we can just add them around randomly, and I think that will look really good. But yes, definitely going to get some more of those frames next time we're in the range. Coffees today, although it is another hot day and it's very stuffy. Having said that, we've actually got the window open, so if there's any outdoor noise coming in, apologies now. There was police sirens going up and down earlier. It was awful, wasn't it? We said it feels like we're in the middle of New York or something. Yes, so we've got our normal coffees, even though an iced coffee would have been nice, yeah. But it's that cream on top. And
a lot of calories. I think you can get a lighter 50% fat, but it's still a lot of calories.
Yeah. So we said with cream coffees, Greggs, pastas that we've been enjoying lately. Cake.
Sandwiches.
Yeah. We have noticed that we're both putting on a few pounds, aren't we?
Yeah, I think I've put about 4 or 5 pounds on easily.
I think I probably have. Although I did actually guess what my weight was, and when I did get on the scales, which I don't do that often anymore.
No.
I was lighter than I thought, but I am still heavier than I would like to be. And with me, it's, you know, when you put on your clothes and they just feel a little bit tight and you feel a little bit uncomfortable in them. It's like that, rather than, you know, in my 20s it was all about how you looked and looking as thin as possible. But now
when we were in our 20s, we could eat anything we wanted, couldn't we?
I think you can.
And still stay skinny.
Yeah.
So we're both really skinny, weren't we, in our 20s?
Because I can remember when I used to work in the perfumery, that I used to go over to the deli every day. I used to have some sort of roll, which would have been in sort of like a bap, so like a round roll.
Yeah.
I used to have a cheese and onion pasty, which I absolutely loved. A packet of crisps. I would have probably got a cold fizzy drink or something.
Sounds nice.
Doesn't it? No, and that would have been what I had every single day. And I was a skinny mini.
You were tiny.
Wasn't I?
Yeah,
probably
but then I
about
was
8 stone, which would have been, let me quickly work it out, 80, 8 fours are, what were 8 fours? 36.
So about £116.
£116, yeah. Yeah. That's how much I weighed when I left school.
Oh,
Skinny, really skinny.
little man.
Little tiny little man.
It sounded like Alf Garnett or something.
Yeah.
You know
Well,
that Alf Garnett? What was the two old men, the rag and bone man?
oh, Steptoe.
Yeah, you sounded like
Nice.
little
Oh, Steptoe.
Steptoe.
Yeah. Dirty old man. Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway.
Anyway, you're trying to eat better,
So
aren't
we're
we?
trying to eat better, and I've also started a morning workout routine. I've only done one so far, yesterday morning. I'm aching today.
It was an intense workout though.
Yeah.
It was quite, I think it was what, nearly 40 minutes?
Yeah.
Non-stop?
No, it was 30 minutes, but there was
Oh, yeah, the
rests
cool down,
between
and yeah.
exercise. There was a warm-up and a cool-down,
Yeah.
but then just using some free weights. So I think the weights I'm using are £8 in total.
Yeah.
But yeah, I am aching today, but I don't mind the aching afterwards because you know you've been doing the exercises correctly.
Yeah.
And this particular video, and I'll link to this channel below, she's really sort of fun. She's dancing in between and laughing.
Yeah, the music's
really
a little
fun,
bit
isn't
sort of not really our taste,
Yeah.
is it? But I suppose if you're in that sort of thing, it's a bit like when you do spin
Yeah.
cycling, you have that really sort of like rave music.
But you can always have the volume turned down
and
and
put
have
your
your
own
own music on
That's
in
a
the
good idea.
background.
I never thought of that.
Because she's given an example of the exercise that's coming up, you know,
Mm.
before she does it and everything. She doesn't actually, there's no talking, she's just, so you just have to watch really.
Yeah.
So if you didn't like the music, but I'll link to that below.
It was a good workout, wasn't it? Good channel.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to do, she was doing probably 20 in the
Yeah.
session, 20 seconds.
20
whatever.
sets.
I just
20
did
reps.
5 of each,
Mm.
and I'll try and build that up until I'm
Mm.
comfortable with that 30-minute workout, and then I'll advance, hopefully.
Yeah, you've got to progress. You can't just go in and do
No.
20 of each, then next
Yeah.
morning you can't move.
And you've been back to your pull-ups.
I'm doing back
haven't
to my
you?
pull-ups as well. We started running again, haven't we?
Yeah,
So, which is really good.
and we ran. I was quite proud of ourselves last night actually, because we ran even though it was really warm.
Yeah,
We couldn't take Woody, and actually it was too warm to take him in the morning as well. So
it's a hot day.
I'm quite
today,
worried
wasn't
about
it?
him at the moment because he's not getting out.
Yeah,
is
we're
he?
going to try and go again Monday morning because I think the weather's going
Yeah.
to start cooling down a little at the beginning of next week. Then it's going to heat
There's
up
no
again.
rain again next
No
week,
rain.
though, is there?
All our grass on the
So
garden's
we'll
dead.
be in a hosepipe ban soon.
Well, they're asking us to be. Was it when you use less water?
What?
Yeah, careful. Yeah, careful with how much water you use.
Yeah.
Be a bit more cautious with how much
Yeah,
water
yeah.
you're using.
But there's not actually
There's not a hosepipe ban yet.
at the moment.
No, but I
Yeah.
think it's coming. There's a lot of other areas that have.
But you think
not
of
our
all that
area.
rain, I think we had rain for 3 or 4 weeks running, didn't we, at the beginning of the year?
It rained basically all the way from beginning of January
Yeah,
all the way until I think it was beginning of March.
something like that,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah,
So
rained
you'd
every
think
single day.
They would have built that up. I don't really know how
They
it
have
works. I don't
like I
know.
said, they have a lot of leaks and things like that down there, and I think a lot of wastage. But
Yeah,
but it has been dry.
it's been dry. It's still just so clammy.
Mm.
I don't know if I know people say in different countries the heat is different.
It is,
So
yeah.
I don't know if in other countries you get the heat, but perhaps you don't get that clamminess with it. Maybe that's a bit nicer.
Yeah. I think it's
But
more
here
tolerable.
it's just-
It's the humidity that makes it more heavy and
humidity,
oppressive,
yeah.
doesn't it?
Mm. So yeah, started
So we went for a
running,
run, yeah.
trying to be on a bit of a healthness kick again at the moment.
Yeah, eating better, aren't we?
Healthness?
Healthness.
Is that right? Health kick.
Yeah.
And health and fitness, new word, healthness.
Healthness,
Health
health and
and
fitness. Yeah.
So yeah, on a healthness kick at the moment.
Got some nice salmon and things, haven't we?
Yeah, some
We
nice
had a
meals
Tesco's
we've
delivered
planned.
this
We've
morning,
planned our
didn't we?
meals, haven't we?
Yeah.
So we've got it there, and we're not going to go out and get anything.
And we
quick
haven't
or-
bought any treats or anything like cakes or biscuits like we usually do.
No.
We haven't got any of those. So if
So
they're
if
not
they're
in the house, we won't eat
You
them.
can't eat
But
them.
we are going out this afternoon, though, aren't we? To
Yeah, but that's only because we didn't get tomatoes on Tesco.
Yeah, I
did
forgot
we?
tomatoes,
We need
yeah.
to pop out to get tomatoes.
But we're going to go to the garden centre.
We
as well,
might
won't
pop
we?
along to the garden centre. We'll see what sort of time we've
Yeah, we
got.
won't buy a cake and a coffee.
No,
will we?
won't do that. Although they have got a nice little. You've probably seen actually in some of the videos. It's really nicely
This is
set
really
out.
nice. Got a little outside
They
seat
have
area.
like the old telephone boxes with plants in them,
Yeah.
and they've got a lovely little seating area
It's like a little, almost like a little. It's not a shed, is it? Like a little.
and gazebo thing.
Yeah, gazebo,
isn't it?
yeah, but they've got a little shed in there with all the cake and the
Yeah.
coffee machine. I think the coffee's
Coffee's
free.
free.
But you
Cake
pay
is an honesty box,
honesty
isn't
box,
it?
yeah,
And
it's really good cake.
really nice, yeah.
But we're not having any today.
Okay. We better stay away from that area altogether.
I'm just
We're
trying
just
to
walk past them. Yes, we might pop along there, might
Yeah.
not. But as you've probably seen from the video so far, it has been a quieter week, and that, as I
Yeah.
said at the beginning, was intentional.
Mm.
We just hadn't stopped, had we, for sort of three
No.
weeks.
No. Well, it's good to actually stay at home and actually catch up on some
Yeah.
jobs that we needed to do.
So we have got caught up. You saw my list earlier.
Yeah.
We've got. Well, we haven't got caught up, obviously.
No, but
Haven't
we're
got
getting
everything
there.
done, but we've got a few things done that we wouldn't have got done if we'd
No.
planned any days out.
No.
And I filmed some of them. I haven't filmed all of it because you've done quite a bit outside,
Yeah,
haven't
done
you?
quite a lot. Did a bit of work on the car as well.
Yeah.
Undersealed all underneath the car, cleaned it all up and undersealed it all ready for the MOT. So that's soon,
That's
isn't
too
it?
soon.
Yeah. Did the verge. I didn't mow the lawn, but I mowed the verge out the front, which is quite long, and I just did a light trim because it was a bit. Most of it's pretty much dead, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I
very
mowed
dry.
around the driveway as well,
Yeah.
just to keep it nice and level.
And then you cleaned the garage door.
Clean the garage.
Well, I may have put
yeah.
before and after
Yeah.
footage for that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've just been really doing some things in my craft room. And one thing, I like it when something's like a double whammy. So I sorted out the top shelf of the bookcase, which is
Yeah.
just one of those jobs on my list. And whilst doing that, I cleaned and repaired my bistro, which was the first ever project I did, can you believe, 28 years ago.
28 years
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah,
Seems like-
because I've had my doll's house for 26 years, and that was before,
Yeah,
wasn't
because
it?
Len looked at that, didn't he?
Yeah,
It was nice, Len, wasn't he?
yeah. That was Len Lewis from Classic Dolls
He
Houses.
drove it all the way down and delivered it,
Yeah,
didn't he?
Well, Matt, you put a deposit on it at the show,
And,
didn't you?
yeah,
Without me
that was in
knowing.
Tame, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
At the Tame
After
Dolls House
Phil-
and Miniatures Fair
birthday, wasn't it?
for a birthday,
Yeah.
and then they actually delivered it to us. And he had a look at the bistro. I remember that when he delivered it.
They were a lovely couple, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they're around anymore,
No, they
are
won't
they?
be around anymore.
Did somebody buy the company as well?
I'm
Because he
not
had all
sure if
the.
it's still going.
Because
Actually,
he made all the dolls' houses. They weren't at MDF, were they?
They were
It's like
proper
Julie's dolls'
plywood,
house is
yeah.
proper solid ply.
yeah,
It's really,
Mine
really
ply.
well made, isn't it?
mm,
It's really solid.
yeah,
It's built to last. You know, I know a lot of people use MDF and it's a nice material, but
yeah,
it can get water damage really easy.
yeah.
With plywood, it takes a little bit more. It's
Yeah,
more
MDF
resilient, isn't
can
it?
swell, can't
Yeah,
it?
it's a little bit
MDF?
more resilient.
Yeah,
So it's really well made. Yeah, it was lovely bloke, weren't they?
Yeah.
Lovely couple came with his wife.
nice.
In
Yeah,
the back of the car, didn't they?
yeah,
Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
so
See,
yeah.
that feels like it was like a couple of years ago.
yeah. But it's because you can just remember it clearly.
I can picture it so clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funny, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So I got it was a bistro as well for a Doll's House Emporium, but I explain all of this because I also did it as a Doll's House. I was going to say Doll's House Emporium again. A Doll's House Diary
Yeah.
episode, which will go on later today. So it would have been on last Friday if you're watching this on Monday. Evening.
Yeah.
So it's like a double whammy. So I filmed an episode and also managed to sort the top shelf and get that bistro all cleaned. And that
It's
was
nice
lovely.
that bistro though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a nice project. Really enjoyed working on it
Yeah.
as well. Another thing I remember about it. Remember Minnie used to get behind things and she knocked it off
Yeah.
of the shelf,
Yeah.
didn't she?
Oh, poor Minnie.
Lucky nothing broke or anything.
No.
Or just fell out.
Yeah.
Little
She
Minnie.
liked climbing in little
She
places,
liked
didn't
being
she?
in. Well, we called her Minnie because when she was a kitten, because we had them from kittens, because we had
We
them on
watched
my dad
them.
as
We
well.
actually watched them being
We
born.
watched them being born. She was tiny like that, and her little tail stuck up like that.
Yeah.
Didn't it? Little grey, well, blue they're called.
Yeah.
Little fluffy thing, and we said she was just like a little mouse. If you didn't know she was a kitten, you'd think it was a little
I mean,
mouse
it's
running
tiny.
about.
Well, she was the oldest. She was the firstborn, wasn't she?
So we called her Minnie Mouse.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
okay.
came Gabriel ended up being called Bibby.
Yeah.
Gibby, and then
Pipster Flipster.
and then the little boy Jumanji, who was the youngest, but he was the biggest, and he was a big.
He
cat,
was
wasn't
massive, yeah. Even the vet said, though, if we hadn't have had him neutered at a younger age, it'd have been even
Yeah.
bigger, wouldn't he?
Because he was, I think at one point he was £15.
Pounds. Yeah.
And when he jumped on you in the night, you really felt it, didn't you?
He's so gentle though,
Oh,
isn't he?
he
He's
was
a little
lovely. He was a
baby.
lovely boy.
Big mummy's boy, wasn't
Yeah, because we found when I was sorting those
Oh.
cameras out, actually, there was a memory card in one,
he? Yeah.
and there were some photos of the cats
Yeah,
on the memory
yeah.
card, wasn't there?
I downloaded them once. I think we've already got them. We're
yeah, I
downloading
think
them to
we
the
already
computer
had
just
them.
as a
But like
separate
really
file.
close up of Bibby's little head, and I
Yeah.
can just remember kissing her just there.
Yeah.
I said I can even remember how she smells, and
Miss them
but
so
they
much.
live to be old cats, and
Pooch
Jumanji was nearly 21, wasn't
Jumanji.
he?
Pooch.
Yeah, Pooch. So Pooch a lot of Plumpton. That was the full
That was his
title.
full name.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's lovely.
We called him Jumanji because he looked like a little tiger, didn't
Yeah, yeah. And he
Is it
had
like-
big fangs,
Little
really
massive
big fangs,
yeah.
that hung down sort of over his
Yeah.
chin, didn't they?
Like
It
a
was quite
saber-toothed
funny.
kitten, wasn't
But they were lovely. We loved
he?
our cats.
Yeah, he was
didn't we?
21, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Mm. Nice, though.
I was just going to say about a question that we had about
Oh,
pets,
yeah.
but I'm saving it.
We'll save that for the coffee and chat.
The
Yeah.
new
coffee and
new
chat.
version. That actually leads us quite nicely into what we were going to share today, doesn't it? So, as you know now, we're starting a coffee and chat
Chat.
with Julie and Matt as a separate series, which will air on Thursday
Mhm.
evenings. So, in the week, we recorded the jingle for Question Time, and it's not very good light down in Matt's workshop. You have to set up lights for when you're
Yeah,
filming.
when
don't
I'm
you?
filming, I have to have lights. Me and my friend Stan, we did the lighting, and I wanted subtle lighting, so I've got really like pendant lights, haven't
For
I?
working.
Yeah, and LED lights. But
Yeah.
when I'm doing filming and things, I have to put like the big thingy lights on.
Yeah.
And
So
it's-
we didn't have the lights on. We
It
did a
wasn't
little bit of
really-
filming.
It wasn't, the quality wasn't good, was
No,
it?
the quality wasn't very good. And I didn't really like what I was singing anyway. You said it was good.
It was
but
good.
I didn't think it sounded very good. So we were sort of back and forth, and I recorded a bit, and it all felt a little bit
Yeah, disjointed.
messy,
Bit
didn't it?
disjointed,
So
wasn't
I
it?
haven't included it, but we've now sort of almost got the jingle for the question time. But what I want to share with you now is the jingle for the new series. So here, what I'm going to put in here is the new sort of. This won't be the title picture because we'll use a picture of
Yeah.
an image of.
I think if we use the
himself.
same title picture every single time,
Yeah, people will get
yeah,
confused. So
yeah.
we'll do a separate, just a photo of the two of us as the actual thumbnail, as it's called.
Mm.
And then this will sort of just come up at the beginning of the episode with the jingle. So here goes.
It's Coffee and Chat with Julie and Matt.
And one stipulation we're going to make when you watch these episodes, you've got to sing along with the jingle.
Yeah.
So hopefully
It's
it'll be one of
compulsory.
those sort of catchy little tunes.
I
that
think
will
it
stick.
came out really, really well, didn't it?
I thought it was quite good.
Yeah, I think it's
we
really well.
both really loved that sort of jazzy background, didn't we?
Yeah, we like
So-
jazz music, you know what I mean? I like
So
Harry
you've got-
Connick and things like that, so...
You put that together out of layers of drums, wasn't there?
Yeah, yeah. There's a couple
Yeah.
of samples in there. I sampled the drums because I haven't got a drum kit, so I sampled the drums and played the bass, and
Yeah.
I've got a little keyboard in. I'm not very good on the piano, but I can just
Plonk out.
plonk a little thing out, and then I can crop it together and make it sound a little bit better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would have been quite interesting to show you the studio, but
I
as
think
say, it
because
was,
it's such a long process as well. I think
Yeah.
unless you're actually into that sort of thing, I think it might be a little bit
yeah,
boring as
yeah.
well.
But if you'd like to have a look at the program, then you could show it.
Yeah, the program I use is called Cakewalk. I think it's by Sonar. It's free to download and free to use. There is a paid version, but you can use the full free version as well.
Yeah.
It's just some plugins you don't get unless you get the
Yeah.
full
It's
version.
like most things now.
Yeah, but it's a really good It's basically like having a massive recording studio on your computer.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like it used to be when I used to work in a recording studio. How many years ago? I'm not going to say how many years ago.
No, but when you were
When I was a little
20,
boy.
was it or?
When it was about 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that. Yeah. So we didn't.
Yeah. So
We
yeah.
didn't put it into this video. I think you might have just found it a little bit boring actually.
Mm.
But we have now got the jingles, and we're going to be doing normal chat like we said
Yeah.
last week. So it'll just be this, but we'll be including question time.
Yeah.
And thank you so much to everybody who's put questions.
Yes,
in. I think we've got
yeah.
probably about 10 so far.
Yeah, there's
haven't
quite a few
we?
questions. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I'm
good.
looking forward to answering them.
Yeah, I'm good.
There's some really good ones there as well.
Yeah.
We also asked you for your dilemmas. We haven't had any dilemmas.
Yeah, if you've got a
through yet.
dilemma.
So if you have a dilemma, just something fun and light-hearted that you would like our help with, as in sort of an agony aunt and uncle type way, we might be able to help you out, put our spin on it.
Yeah, that would be good.
That would be good. So do put your dilemmas, even if perhaps they're just sort of jokey little dilemmas,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, just put them all in the question
In the comment section.
In the comment section. Any questions, anything like that, just put all in the
Yeah.
comment section.
Anything you'd like us even to discuss
Yeah.
between ourselves. It can
Yeah.
be absolutely anything.
Mm.
Anything goes in these
Yeah.
coffee and chat with Julie and Matt,
Yeah.
doesn't it? And we'll be honest and open, and
Yeah.
if we didn't want to answer a question, we won't answer it.
Yeah.
So don't worry if you
If-
think,
yeah.
should I ask it or not?
Yeah, just ask a question. Yeah, so I'm falling forward.
That'd be
Sliding
that'll be
forward.
fun. And also we're going to include in that a section called Pet Peeves, and we haven't actually done a jingle for that, have we?
I don't think we need a jingle for every
You know,
single
maybe
thing.
we could get Woody barking or something.
Oh, that'd be
We
nice.
could just say now for Pet Peeves. Boof, boof.
Yeah.
Couldn't we have something like that?
Oh.
Yeah, so pet peeves, and it will be something that's irritated us through the week.
Yeah.
And I was actually going to share a pet peeve from the week, but I think I should probably save it for the coffee and
You
chat.
can
with
say a
Julie
pet
and
peeve and then we can do
All right, I'll do my pet peeve because I'm sure I'll have another one next
Mm.
week.
Yeah.
So this week's pet peeve, and I won't give, I won't go into the whole story or give all of the details, but it was trying to talk to HMRC
Oh.
on the telephone. So, well, actually I started off with the query online and it suggested using the digital assistant.
Yeah.
So I told the digital assistant what my question was. I was just having trouble putting some information onto the new linked program that
Yeah.
I'm using.
Yeah.
So I asked the digital assistant and it said, are you trying to register for self-employment? Which I've been registered for 11 years
11
at least.
years. Yeah.
And I said, no, I want to blah, 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 whatever I was trying to do.
Mm.
Are you trying to do this or this? And it was,
No,
I'm trying
no.
to do this. Putting it as absolute clearly as I could, and it just did not understand what I was saying. And I'm saying it because I know it is just an
It was the
AI-generated help.
thing is,
assistant.
it was an AI generated thing, but it wasn't a very good AI,
No,
was
it
it?
wasn't. It just wasn't.
I think it was
picking up
just
what I was saying
basically
at all.
it had about 6 or 7 questions,
Yeah.
and then you just went through a list.
So I had to end up calling them, which isn't a free number either.
No.
So I was on hold for quite a while. It said the current, as soon as I picked up the phone, it said the current hold time for this number is 20 minutes. I thought, oh no, but I really needed to get it sorted. So anyway, I finally got through to someone. I was very polite, considering that this thing had really wound me up. And
You're
I
always
said
polite
about,
on the phone, though. You never.
I suppose I am. aren't I?
Yeah. I'm the one who loses my temper on the phone. You never do.
Well, not really.
Mm.
But anyway, so I didn't lose my temper, and I was just so. He said the reason I couldn't do this thing was because of problem X, which I won't go into. And I said, well, I don't understand that. Why would that be? Why would that be the case? Because that doesn't seem reasonable.
Yeah.
And he said to me, well, don't blame me. I don't set the rules. And that is one thing that really peeves me. Because
It's like a Jobsworth. Do you remember this? Oh, it's more than a Jobsworth. It's
yeah,
like
I
that.
don't remember that.
I can't remember that. I think that's probably from the 70s as well. A bit like Sharp can take a breath.
Yeah.
Oh, it's more than a Jobsworth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was that sort of thing. And I thought, well, obviously, I'm talking to a government body. I don't think that the person who answers the phone has put
Set
the
the
rules
rules.
in place.
Yeah.
That is not what I was saying. I just wanted a bit more information on why I was being told this. And it was early morning. He obviously didn't want to go into work. I think we lost the football the night before, which is a shame, but he was obviously a bit
that's
annoyed
probably why he's a bit
about
annoyed,
that.
yeah.
So he might have been in a bit of a grump anyway when he went into work. I made sure I rang bang on 8 o'clock, which is when the lines go. So I was probably his first caller. So he may have been trying to finish his cup of coffee, So, so there might have been reasons why he was like that. But I don't like it when people on the phone, in shops, in any company, say it's not me. Because you are the representative for that company.
You are the face of the company, aren't
Yeah,
you?
so the person who's complaining obviously isn't getting at you personally. It's, they're saying their irritation or whatever at the company.
Yeah.
So when people say, oh, well, I didn't, do it, that really peeves me. Because actually,
And I was thinking, if that was my job, I would say to people, oh, I know, technology, doesn't it get on your nerves, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, and by that way, you're getting the person on your side, so they're going to be more pleasant with you.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm.
And I think that was the same with shop work. When somebody's complaining, all you have to say is, you know, yes, I know what you mean. I don't think that shampoo's very good, or you know, or something like that. Just be kind to people.
Just be nice.
You know, because you're immediately
Just be professional and nice.
Yeah, but not even professional. Just talk.
I think being nice is part of being professional, isn't it?
Yeah, it's professional.
Yeah.
But just as if you were talking to a friend, you know. So immediately you're getting people's backs up, and they get your back up because you've got their back. So it goes round, and just things spiral, don't they?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a shame, isn't it? Because we had the similar sort of thing when we went to Cafe Number One, where I don't want to start.
No.
But I basically tried to be chatty with the guy in there. I said, oh, this is nice and cool, and he got the air conditioning on him. Oh,
See,
okay.
This is one thing I really admire about Matt, and there are lots of them.
Oh, thanks.
You make good coffee too.
Oh, good.
One thing Matt is really lovely at is talking to people when we're out, and we always, like my sister and I, if we're all there, Matt will wander off and we'll turn around and he'll be chatting with somebody, normally a woman, and I'll say, oh, there he goes again, and he's just struck up a conversation with a complete stranger, and I went over to I sort of went in on the end of the conversation, and I would have thought that he'd known this woman all her life, you know, the way they were talking. Do you remember it was at Marks and
It was at Marks and Spencer's,
Oh, I know what it was now.
Well,
I went off to the loo, didn't I? And you were waiting.
oh, yes, she
you
came
were
back.
waiting for me.
She thought I was a shop assistant. I think it's because I was wearing a black polo shirt and black jeans. She thought I actually worked in Marks, and she was asking me about this jumper.
It wasn't a jumper, it was a pack of knickers.
That was a pack of knickers in the men's. It was in the menswear, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a
was
pack of
men's
pants then,
yeah.
pack of pants.
But she was asking me about that one, she in the menswear. I said, I don't work here. And we started chatting
And then
about
she
it.
obviously thought that was really funny.
Yeah, we started chatting for ages,
So I walk over and you were a good old chat and laugh. But that is one thing I would like to be able to do, just really chat naturally with people.
Yeah, but you
in
do
shops.
chat though.
I think sometimes I'm trying to think, something to say to make them, you know, have a bit of conversation, make them feel better about being at work on a hot day. And by the time I've thought of something to say, the moment's passed, and right, thank you, bye, you know. And
but at least you get a thank you, bye. I didn't even get that.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It is. But and I think that's another thing as well, because obviously we walk a lot around.
Yeah, the village.
And other places as well. But sometimes you can say hello to people, and they'll either ignore you, thinking, "Oh, are they going to mug me or something?" Or they'll look as if to think, I don't know them. Why are they saying hello?
Yeah,
But
I think
it's not.
I know they said it's not a north and south divide, but when I was up north, it was more everybody used to talk to everybody.
Yeah.
It was more of a everybody said hello to everybody.
Yeah.
It was that sort of thing. But as soon as you came down, I mean, just some of the areas we're in, but it seems a little bit different, a bit more standoffish. So
Maybe it's
just
a
me.
thing of the times as well.
Yeah, it could
people
be.
Don't say hello, because I think with older people, if you say hello or good morning or whatever, they're more likely to answer, aren't they?
Yeah.
And I think more people of our age and younger, perhaps.
Yeah, it's a funny thing, isn't it? Really.
But I think it's not. You know, I can't remember his name now, but one of the astronauts that just recently went to the moon.
Oh yeah.
And there was a really lovely thing on his Instagram page about how when they were there, he just looked down at this blue marble.
That was a good program. Do you remember that program?
No,
Marble?
I don't. But let me finish.
Anyway, you finish your concept.
Finish that.
Yeah.
Now this is what happens when Stan is here. We never ever finish a conversation.
We just go off on
because we
tangents.
start a conversation and then we go on to something else and then something else, and you never get back to the original conversation, do we?
No.
And so I have to say, hold on, just let me finish this bit first. So, what was this? Yeah. So he talked about how it was just a lovely blue planet, hanging in space.
Yeah.
There's no divides, no divisions.
no
it's just
wars.
one planet, and you wouldn't think what was going on our planet. And obviously he wrote it a lot more eloquently than I'm saying it now, but it was just really sort of quite poignant. And you think, yeah, we do all live here together. We're all in the same boat, really.
Yeah, pretty much.
We should speak with each other, be kind to people, speak with people.
Yeah.
And it's like that thing, isn't it? You never know what somebody is going through.
No, you never know.
And just by smiling or saying, hello, how are you?
It could make somebody's day. It could make somebody's day, couldn't it? You know, you could change somebody's mood instantly by just being nice.
Yeah. So
Let's
let's
give
do
it a
it.
shot.
Let's do it today. If you're out and about, the finger's out.
The fingers
If
out.
you're out and about, say hello, smile, you know.
If you're in a shop, you know, ask somebody how they're doing, you know, how they work, you know, how's work, how's things.
I remember as well an interview with Pink, the singer Pink, and she was saying about how women don't go up to each other and say, oh, I really love your shoes or I love your dress. You know, they're more likely to look and judge somebody if they look really nice. They're looking at them thinking, you know, not thinking positive things. Whereas, why can't women go and compliment each other and say, oh, I really love what you're wearing, where did you get that from? Or, you know, it's...
That girl did that to you, though, on that train station that day, didn't she?
We went to Windsor Castle.
Yeah.
Maybe you should tell the story because it's a bit thingy if I'm sat here telling it, isn't it?
It's not big. This was just we stood up, weren't we? Because this was the first train. So didn't we have to change it? Reading or something, didn't we?
About 5 trains, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was actually 6 in total, wasn't it?
Yeah, Reading, Slough.
And then
Or
from
Slough is
Slough.
Reading, but
Then thingy
there's
to
like
Windsor,
5 changes.
Yeah. And she was just stood staring at you, weren't she, on the
She
train?
kept looking, and do you know what? I thought, I wonder if she watches
Little bits and pieces.
or the YouTube channel or something.
Yeah.
Because she sort of kept looking as if to say, do I know that? I thought she was saying, do I know that person? So I kept sort of smiling at her and
And we
things.
both got off the train, didn't we? And then she follows out. And
She got off the train.
and she said to you, didn't she? I was just about to say, you look really lovely in that dress, in that outfit, didn't she?
Yeah.
It was really nice of her.
She said you're really beautiful, didn't she?
Yeah, it was
And
lovely.
she was absolutely
You are.
gorgeous, wasn't she?
Yeah, well, you are. It's nice. Just think, with some things like that could make your day, can't it?
Yeah,
It
it did make my day, and I still remember it fondly. Yeah.
Yeah, change your
So
mood
it's
and
nice,
everything. It's
isn't
really
it?
nice. So just everybody should be just nice, but
Yeah. Be nice. Let's be nice.
Let's be nice.
Let's be nice to each other. Yeah. So I can't remember.
Do you remember my pet peeve?
Do your pet peeve then. Yeah.
Well, it's not really a pet peeve. It's just about the mess up with my hair cut last week, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But now I've got to wait another 2 weeks to go in. But I'm going with a different barber this time because my original barber, who had his knee operation, has now left, hasn't he?
Mm.
So I'm going to another barber. I've actually been to him before. I think his name's Toran, isn't it?
Yeah.
Quite a strange name, but he's a good barber.
He's a really good barber. He's covered in tattoos.
No, it's not him. That's Jack. That's the one
okay.
I didn't have. This is
Oh,
Toran.
right. What did
He's
you
slightly
say about
older.
him? Did he have the big ears?
No, that's Jack again.
Okay.
He looks pretty normal, really.
Yeah.
It's like a normal guy. But I've been to him before when Dom, my original barber Dom, was off.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just annoyed me that you make an appointment and then you go in and they have no record of the appointment. That's my pet peeve, really.
I think as well.
It's not really a peeve. It's just a little annoyance.
Yeah, I think as well because the sort of man said, "Oh, you didn't ring, you didn't speak to me." But I think it was probably in front of his work colleagues. He's probably a little bit embarrassed that he hadn't made a note of the appointment.
I was going to go to different barbers completely, but I really like it. It's a really lovely atmosphere. So I just rang up, but it's another. He's really busy because he's one of the higher ones. Just 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I'll have really long hair.
Yeah, well, I was going to trim. See, I don't mind trimming hair, but because I'm not a hairdresser, I can't grade it in. So I cut, and then there will just be a big bit sticking out.
Yeah, so I thought I'd just leave it.
So
I've got a lot. I've even got some of your helmet on it today. That's why it looks like it's just like a helmet.
Not moving.
If my head moves and my hair doesn't, you know.
Yeah.
Well, I just have to just leave it for another couple of weeks and it'll make it really long.
So it'll actually be good before and after, won't it?
Yeah,
See it,
but really long.
grows
It's really quick.
Yeah.
But then we think it's what? It'll be 9 weeks.
Yeah.
And usually have what, 5 to 6?
Yeah.
So it'll be 9 weeks of hair.
So we'll see how long it is before.
But unless I grow it really long like I had it in the 80s.
I don't think so.
No.
Because you'll be using all my hair.
Yeah, all your hair products. Yeah.
Yes, I did actually finish last night reading Bob Mortimer's Hotel Avocado, and I did enjoy it. I think I probably enjoyed the Satsuma Complex more.
I think the Satsuma Complex was better. Was slightly better.
Yeah, but having said that, this is still a really good book. The
Very,
story's
very good.
Couple of twists at the end, which obviously we won't go into. One thing I would say, and I really love Bob Mortimer, I'm a big fan of his, But one thing I say, and you didn't really say this,
No,
did
not
you?
really, no.
I found that a lot of the characters had the same voice, so they all sort of spoke in similar
Yeah.
ways, didn't they? And they had the same sort of little sayings.
Yeah.
And people don't. People have different sayings, you know.
Yeah.
I can't think of an example. Maybe I should have written something down, but you know, they just all sound the same.
Yeah.
I can't, you know, can you think of something that they all?
Not offhand, no.
Oh yeah, it's like, for example, they say, oh, you might want to think on that, and that's not a thing that everybody says, is it? Or you might want to think on that. And I don't think that's just a northern thing either, is it? It's more of a Bob Mortimer thing.
Yeah, but the thing is, when I was reading it, all I could do was hear Bob's voice.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I could hear.
All I
Bob's
could just
voice.
hear was Bob narrating it.
And the main character I picture is a young Bob Mortimer as well.
I just thought he's such an easy read. I think
It is an easy read,
I
and
read
it's
both
really
books
fun.
tonight, each one in a
good
weekend
story,
each.
isn't
Just
it?
dead easy to read.
Yeah.
Really good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny.
So if you haven't read either of them, I would read them. You have to read the Satsuma
Oh yes, Satsuma Complex first.
because this is obviously the follow-on. And although he's done another book now and it isn't a follow-on, it could follow on.
That could you could follow easily do
Don't
another
want to
one.
give any
No, you could
spoilers,
easily.
but there could be another of these
Yeah.
in the
Well,
future.
I think the new one's called The Long Shoe, isn't it?
Yeah,
Which looks quite good. So I might get that.
we'll definitely get that
Yeah.
and read it.
Did he do another one as well about his like a
And
semi?
away, and away.
No, it's well,
I
semi-autobiography. I
think
it's
that was
like-
and away.
was it?
Yeah.
Did,
Yeah.
did he do the one about Ted, the dog? Did he
Oh,
write
I'm not
that one?
sure. I'm not sure.
'Cause there's a book about Ted
Yeah,
the dog.
Ted
If you ever
the
watch
dog
Gone
Gone
Fishing,
Fishing.
it's such a lovely program.
Yeah.
Even if you don't like fishing, it's like a little, almost like
Yeah.
a podcast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just a couple of guys just
Him
sat,
and Paul Whitehouse.
yeah,
who's
just
good as
sat
well,
on the
isn't
side of a
he?
river chatting and
Yeah.
going to little like Airbnb things, don't
Yeah,
they? It's
yeah.
a lovely little
It's a
program.
nice
And there used to be a
programme.
little dog in it called Ted.
Yeah.
He sat
And
in
he
past,
just
hasn't
died this only a little while ago. I
Yeah.
think. But he had his own Instagram page
Yeah.
as well. So, but yeah, it's
Yeah, but yeah, definitely
I
worth a
do
read.
recommend those. And I just actually read the first line of Joanna Trollope's A Passionate Man. So that's my next book. So let me know if you've read that.
Yeah,
Don't give any spoilers.
yeah.
So yeah, that's what I'm reading at the moment. We finished watching
Small Profits.
That was
That's
enjoyable.
to be continued as
yeah,
well,
that,
isn't it?
that will be another series,
Yeah,
won't
but
it?
we're
So that'll
doing,
be good.
definitely doing another series.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah,
So you don't actually know if the Profits actually. Well, I don't want to give any spoilers away
no.
yet. So
Yeah.
but it's left
It was a
open
bit up
ended
in
as
the air,
well.
but it could
Very
be,
open ended.
Yeah.
Mm.
So that was good. What else have we been watching? Just our regular YouTube channels. Really, haven't
YouTube, yeah, watching Dainty, One Pack,
we?
Casey,
Chateau Diaries.
Chateau. They're quite good because they just bought a new house, haven't they? Chateau
Yeah.
Diaries. Well, I say house. It's
Yeah,
Lovely,
lovely, isn't
isn't
it?
it?
Old sort of
Um,
mansion.
I don't know if you actually watched the Chateau Diaries. They basically renovating a massive chateau in France, and then they just bought a little townhouse, and they're just renovating that. But that's
Latouche.
quite, yeah, Latouche, and they're just restoring that, aren't they? Slowly
Yeah.
but surely, but they're buying furniture.
It's sort of
bits and
like a
pieces.
little an overspill, I suppose, for the chateau, isn't it?
Yeah,
They're going to
yeah.
have people stay there, but also families.
But I
stay
prefer
there.
that. I think
Yeah, because it's smaller.
it's
isn't
smaller.
it?
It's less
it's
ground. It's
beautiful.
so beautiful. The grounds are amazing.
Just what you
aren't they?
imagine, you know, door in the middle, windows each side.
Yeah, yeah.
Lovely sort of pale yellow.
It's
colours,
right on
isn't
the
it?
street as well in this lovely little
Yeah.
town, and then the back
She
of
just
it.
walks into town, goes to the market,
Yeah.
gets fresh food. It's really
fresh
lovely,
bread.
isn't
Well,
it?
they live on fresh bread, don't they?
Yeah.
And then you got like a big grounds up. It's just like something like an acre at the back, isn't
I
it?
think so. It's a big garden,
Yeah,
isn't
with a
it?
little.
But then the front
stable
door
block.
is right. You're right on the street.
Yeah.
But I think it's really quiet. They don't get a lot of people going
No,
past.
no.
And you just walk into the market. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely.
Yeah. So I'll link to that
Yeah,
below as
that's
well.
a really good series.
Yeah.
Really good series. And that's about it. I'm watching
Yeah.
my Jimmy Oaks as normal.
Yeah.
It's mostly YouTube, isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, this has probably been one of our sort of more quieter at home episodes, hasn't it?
Yeah.
I think we'll probably end it here then with coffee and chat, will
Yeah.
we? Because if we do go to the garden centre, we'll pop that into next
Yes.
week's.
Yeah.
But yeah, really looking forward to launching the new
Yeah.
coffee and chat.
It's quite
with Julie
exciting,
and
but a
Matt.
little bit nerve-wracking.
It's
as well.
nerve-wracking as well, but we're looking forward to it, aren't we?
Yeah.
And like I say, it'll be like this with just a few extra regular features thrown in.
Yeah.
Don't forget to put your questions below,
Yeah.
anything you like. And yeah, I mean, like this video if you've
Comment.
enjoyed it, leave a comment. And if you don't know what to say, just put a little wave or a heart or an
little emoji, anything like that, yeah.
Just to let us know that you're there and
Yeah.
you're enjoying it. And
Oh yeah, subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe.
subscribe if you haven't done so already. I'm sure you have. Yeah, and thanks again for the hypes, because again we've been up on the old leaderboard.
Yeah, I think the
haven't we?
last week one was up to 64.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
like that.
And
wasn't it?
the Jess got on the DIY chart.
Yeah, so it's we're getting on the charts. I can't really say that it's making a difference to the
I
channel.
don't know if it is at all. Yeah, I don't know.
maybe
Unless
one
you
or
actually
two
go and
people
search
find
on the actual hype chart.
Yeah, you're not going to find it,
Yeah.
are you?
So,
We're not still not really being recommended, but we both sort of said we don't really want every episode to be talking about
No, we don't want
the
to start
algorithms
pushing
and
all
things
that.
like
Yeah,
that.
it's
But all we can ask you to do is to like and leave a comment
Yeah.
if you have the time, and that would be really
yeah, we're lovely.
appreciated.
Thank you.
So yeah, we're really looking forward to seeing you again on Thursday.
Thursday.
I haven't recorded that yet, so we don't know how that's going to go,
No.
but hopefully it will be enjoyable.
Yeah.
And yeah, so from now on, these Monday vlogs will just be basically what we've done
Yeah.
through the week. We will try and make them a little bit more exciting than this week, but it is going to
Yeah.
happen. You know,
You're gonna
because
get weeks where you have to
Yeah,
spend time at home and
yeah,
get things done.
yeah.
Otherwise, you know,
and I'm
the gardener-
desperately trying to catch up
Yeah.
with my work projects as well. So
Yeah.
you know, we will need to spend certain weeks just
Yeah,
at home
of course
doing
we
that.
will.
So do let us know what you think about this episode, and if you enjoy the
Mhm.
at-home ones as much as, you know, the going-out ones.
Yeah.
We really do like your feedback.
Yes, definitely.
Just be nice. No, you are nice. We don't
We
get any of
we
that
have some
really tough
lovely,
ones.
lovely comments, don't
Yeah,
we? Really
we've got a
nice.
really nice
Our
community
regular
building up.
viewers. Hello,
Yeah.
regular viewers.
And we recognise your names as
Yeah.
well. So you're like see I call my, if you're a little bit, so you'll know that I call you my LBs, but I think it would be nice for us to have a group name for all the people that watch these vlogs
Yeah.
and subscribe to the Happy Moments
Yeah, put your
channel.
comments below what you think the
So,
names could be.
HMs? No, that doesn't sound right, does
That
it?
sounds like a shop,
Happy
doesn't
Moments. Yeah, HMs.
it? H&M.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah.
Or Her Majesty.
Yeah.
Your Majesties. I don't know.
Yeah,
Come up with a little name that we can refer to you as,
Yeah.
rather than viewers, which seems a little bit,
Yeah.
doesn't it, a bit cold. So yeah, and yeah, we'll see you on Thursday then. Okay, so have a lovely half of your week.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
And we'll see you Thursday. So until then, take care. Bye. Cheers.
Cheers.
Delicious. You didn't say it.
You're getting cream on my nose.
Right, do it again.
Delicious. You didn't do it now.
I just realised how cheesy it was.
That was ages.
Yeah.
I hope it was still recording.
Oh, I do.